Good evening, guys. All are getting my screen and
Recording in
voice. Please
progress.
confirm. Yes. Guys, we have completed demo sessions, guys. And I think everyone got the recordings also. Who joined today's session? Right. You guys also will get the recordings, guys, once you guys are enrolled. Total 4 demo sessions are done in last week. Right. Today is the first session, guys. Right. If you want to attend for this DevOps and AWS course, the main prerequisites is Linux, guys. So today we are going to start that Linux. And before going to start the Linux, just I will show the course content what we are going to discuss. Right, guys, just I'm going to show this course content. I'm not going to explain this course content, guys. Already I have explained this course content in the demo session. You guys can go through that recording videos. Okay, see here, the entire course we have divided into 7 parts. In first part, we are going to discuss introduction of the DevOps, guys. So this introduction part also completed. Recordings are available for this. Here just we discussed what is DevOps, why DevOps is required, DevOps lifecycle, and what is SDLC. These things we discussed in the part 1, guys. Coming to part 2, and for our actual course, this part 2 is the main prerequisites, guys. If you want attend for this DevOps and AWS, Linux is very important. Linux and shell scripting is very important. So this is the main prerequisite for Linux with AWS sessions. Okay, right here today we are going to start this part 2, guys. Guys, for part 1 we have the recording sessions. And in demo sessions we cover this part 1. Just I have given an overview what is DevOps. Again I will discuss what is DevOps, why DevOps, DevOps lifecycle. Again, I will discuss before going to start our DevOps tools. Before going to start our DevOps tools, once again, I will discuss what is DevOps, why DevOps, DevOps lifecycle. Right, first, right, we will discuss Linux and shell scripting. Then I will start the AWS cloud. Okay, right, before after this AWS cloud, I will start this DevOps. What is DevOps and why DevOps? All these things once again I will discuss, guys. Okay, see, guys. Right, some people are joined only for the AWS, guys. Right, for only for AWS people, I'm going to cover this Linux and shell scripting. Right, after this Linux and shell scripting, I will discuss this AWS cloud, guys. Almost 20 plus services we are going to discuss in the AWS cloud. Right, what services we are going to discuss? Before going to start the actual AWS services, I will give overview on what is cloud computing, what advantages we have with this cloud computing, and how many ways cloud services are segregated, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, and the interaction of the AWS. After that, how to create the free tier account in the AWS cloud, and AWS services overview, regions and availability zones in the AWS. So this introduction part I will discuss. Then I will start the AWS services, guys. Here I have listed all the AWS services which I am going to discuss. Almost 20 plus services we are going to discuss. See, guys, EC2, AMI, EBS, ELB, ASG, Route 53, S3, RDS, DynamoDB, VPC, CloudWatch, CloudFormation, SQS, SNS, ECS, IAM, AWS CLI, Elastic Beanstalk, serverless computing, EKS, and see, guys, here only I will discuss Terraform and Ansible also. Terraform and Ansible also I am going to cover it here only. See, guys, at all these things we are going to discuss in our AWS cloud session, guys. Okay, to attend for this AWS cloud sessions also, right, the Linux is the main prerequisites. Is it clear, guys? Up to here clear? And after this AWS cloud, I will start the DevOps, guys. As part 4, I will discuss the DevOps. In DevOps, we are going to discuss 15 plus tools, guys. 15 plus tools we are going to discuss in DevOps, guys. Right, what is Maven, right, GitHub, Jenkins, SonarQube, Tomcat, Terraform, right? This Terraform and Ansible, anyway, we are discussing about, right? So here not required to spend much time on this. Okay, Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, Prometheus, Grafana, ELK, Nexus, Zira, all these things we are going to discuss in DevOps, guys. Okay, guys, up to here clear? Whoever attending for only AWS cloud, for those people I am going to discuss this part 3, part 2 and part 3. In part 2 we are going to cover Linux and shell scripting. In part 3 we are going to cover 20 plus AWS services, guys. Here only we are going to discuss Terraform also. How to create the infrastructure in the AWS cloud by using Terraform we are going to discuss, and how to configure the packages, right, by using Ansible we are going to discuss it here. Along with AWS services, we are going to discuss Terraform and Ansible also in this AWS cloud sessions only, guys. Is it clear? Guys, nowadays only DevOps or only AWS cloud is not sufficient. If you guys have DevOps with the cloud, then only you guys will get good opportunities, guys. If you have only DevOps, it is very difficult to get the job. Right? Why? Because by using DevOps tools, what we are doing, we are going to do the deployments, guys. Deployments and deliveries we are doing by using DevOps tools. Where you will do the deployments and all, you guys will do the deployments and all in the AWS, in cloud, any cloud, whether it is AWS or Azure or GCP, whatever it is, in the cloud, guys. If you want to do these deployments in the cloud, before that, you should know how to create the infrastructure also in the cloud, guys. So that infrastructure creation, right, installation, package installations and everything we are going to discuss in part 3. So only DevOps, no use. Along with the DevOps, cloud knowledge also must be required. Then only you guys will get the job. Okay, right? If you have only AWS cloud, okay, some openings are there. But along with this cloud, if you have the DevOps knowledge also, then you guys will get very good opportunities, guys. Okay, up to here clear? Can I start Linux? Guys, please respond. So today we are going to discuss part 2. For AWS, I will cover part 2 and part 3 only. Whoever join only for AWS, for them I will discuss part 2 and part 3. Okay? Fine, guys. Guys, please respond. Can you start? Guys, for part 1, already we have the recording sessions. In demos, I covered this part 1. You guys can go through those demo recordings, guys. But still, before going to start the DevOps, I will discuss once again these concepts. Okay. Respond in the chat box. Not getting any response. Can I start or not? Or I need to wait still? Right. If you guys are not able to unmute, just send message in the chat box. Okay, fine, guys. So let me start Linux and shell scripting, guys. So what is this Linux, guys? What is this Linux? Linux is a operating system, guys. Linux is a operating system. Right. Before going to discuss about Linux, first tell me what is operating system, guys? Operating system is a software. Right? We will use operating system to communicate with the computer. If you want to communicate with the machine, if you want to communicate with the computer, compulsory operating system must be required in that computer. Then only you can communicate. Right? Here, operating system is going to work as a mediator between the user and the computer hardware resources. Okay? If you want to use any notepad, if you want to use any, right, if you want to run any applications in the computer, guys, here notepad is one application, calculator is one application, right, word is one application, PowerPoint is one application. If you want to run any one of these applications in the computer, operating system is mandatory. Right? If you want to work with the computer, operating system is mandatory, guys. Okay? See guys, now here what we are going to do, observe carefully guys. What is operating system? Operating system is a software. Operating system is a software. Operating system is a software, right? We will use operating system. We will use operating system right, to communicate with the computer. To communicate with the computer, we will use the operating system guys. Okay, operating system is going to work as a mediator between user and computer hardware resources. Computer hardware resources guys. Guys, read it. What is the operating system? Operating system is a software. We will use this operating system just to communicate with the computer. Operating system, it is going to work as a mediator between the user and computer hardware resources. Okay, for every computer, operating system is mandatory guys. Operating system is mandatory. For every computer, operating system is mandatory guys. And as a user, if you want to access right, any hardware resource guys. Hardware resources means what? RAM, hard disk, keyboard, right, mouse, all these things are hardware resources only. Without having operating system in your machine, right, you can't able to, right, connect with this keyboard, mouse. All these hardware resources will not work guys. Compulsory operating system must be required, then only all these hardware resources will work. Okay, as a user, if you want to access any hardware resource, operating system is mandatory. Operating system is mandatory guys. Okay, next guys, operating system will provide what it will provide? Platform. If you want to run any application, compulsory some platform must be required, some infrastructure must be required. So that infrastructure will be provided by the operating system. See, operating system will provide required infrastructure, will provide the required infrastructure to run other applications in the computer. I'm using notepad, and if I want to use this notepad, compulsory operating system must be required. I want to open calculator, I want to open paint, right? If you want, all these are applications only guys. If you want to run any one of these applications in the computer, compulsory one infrastructure must be required. That infrastructure will be provided by operating system only. Already I told. Right? If I want to start any restaurant, what we required? Some infrastructure must be required. What infrastructure is required to start the restaurant business? Building is required, kitchen setup is required, tables are required, chairs are required. First, infrastructure should be ready, then only I can able to start the restaurant business. Here also, if you want to run any application, some infrastructure must be required. That infrastructure will be provided by operating system only. Operating system will provide the required infrastructure to run other applications in the computer. Here applications means what? Notepad, Paint, Calculator, MS Office, any application. If you want to provide any applications, we should have the infrastructure. That infrastructure is providing by this operating system only. Guys, please read these things once. Guys, I will prepare the notes for everything. See how I am typing here. Once class is completed, I will share this notepad. You guys are not required to write any running notes kind of thing. Just to focus on the subject, guys. What I am teaching, please concentrate on that. For you guys, I am preparing the notes. You guys are not required to write any running notes. You guys can go through this. You guys can go through this, guys. You guys can able to understand easily or not. Please read it and respond in the chat box. You guys can able to understand or not, respond in chat box. I will prepare the notes like this for everything, for all the services, for all the DevOps tools, and I will share the class notes once class is completed. Is it clear? Very good. What about others? What about other guys? Please respond, guys. Two-way communication must be required. You guys can ask any question. I'm here to explain, but two-way communication must be required. Only one-way communication, you won't get anything, guys. If you guys won't get the subject, compulsory two-way communication is required. You guys need to practice. You guys need to ask the questions, guys. Okay. Fine, guys. Fine, guys. Next, guys, Windows operating system. Let me talk something about Windows operating system. Then I will come to Linux operating system. Windows operating system, guys. What is this Windows operating system? Windows operating system is developed by whom, guys? Can anyone respond? Who developed this Windows operating system? Windows operating system. Windows operating system is developed by Microsoft, guys. Windows operating system is developed by Microsoft. And Windows is paid one or freeware? Is it freeware or paid, guys? Is it freeware or paid one? Please respond. It is a paid version. It is not free. It is a paid version, guys. It is a paid version. Okay. Right. In Windows operating system, we have the GUI, guys. Suppose if I want to create any folder, here what I will do, I will click on this. Right, go to here, right, click on new folder something. Right here, I will go to here. See, guys, D drive. Go to here, new. Here we have the option to create the folder. And if you want to create any file, here we have the option to create the files. And if you want search for anything, see here in our daily class notes. If you observe this one, let's see here we have the class notes. Daily class notes are available. This is the AWS folder. Inside this, all AWS class notes are available. If you open this, and you can search for anything at here, guys. Okay, Control F, and which word you want to search, you can type that word. Right, for everything, we have the GUI facility in Windows operating system. In Windows, we have GUI facility. Okay, same I'm writing here, guys. In Windows, we have GUI facility. In Windows operating system, right, we have GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, Windows operating system is recommended for only personal use, guys. Tomorrow, once you guys are joined in the company, you guys won't use the Windows operating systems. As the servers, you guys will use Linux machines only. As servers, you guys will use Linux machines, guys. Where you guys will do the deployments and all? In the Linux machines only, in the Linux operating system only. Windows we will use just for the personal usage, guys. Okay, right here, Windows operating system is recommended for personal use only. Personal use, guys. Okay, next, Windows is a single user based operating system. Means what? At a time, only one person can able to connect to the Windows operating system. See, in my system, Windows operating system is there. Now I have connected and I'm working on this case. Can anyone right will connect to my Windows operating system simultaneously? Right? Can any other person can connect with my Windows operating system, guys? No, he can't, guys. And other people are not able to connect. Why? This is single user based operating system. At a time, only one person connect, guys, can connect. Right? Multiple people can't able to connect to the Windows operating system. Windows is a single user based operating system. Single user based operating system means at a time only one user can access. At a time only one user can access those things. We will call it as single user based operating systems. Here Windows is what? Single user based operating system. At a time only one person can access. Okay. Windows operating system will have less security. Windows operating system will have less security compared with other operating systems. See, if you want to open any file, directly you can go to the folders and you can open the files, guys. So, but in Linux, not like that. Even to connect with the Linux operating systems, Linux machines, compulsory some keys are required, security keys are required, guys. But in Windows, not like that. Anybody can connect, anybody can open any files and see the data and all those things, guys. That's why compare with other operating systems, Windows operating system will have very less security. Is it clear, guys? Please read the statements. Windows operating system is developed by Microsoft and it is a paid version. In Windows operating system, we have GUI facility. Windows operating system is recommended for personal usage. Windows is single user based operating system. Windows operating system will have less security. All these points are clear. Guys, please respond. All these points are clear. Respond, guys. I want to respond from everyone. Okay, good. So now we'll discuss about the Linux operating system. Linux operating system. What is this Linux operating system? Right? So is it freeware or paid version? Guys, Linux operating system is freeware, guys. Linux operating system is free. You no need to pay anything, guys. Happily you can use the Linux operating system without paying single NP. Okay. Next, guys, this Linux operating system is open source. Linux operating system is open source, guys. Open source means what, guys? Source code is available in the Google, in the internet. Linux operating system source code is available. You can take that source code and you can do the required modifications and you can release with some other names into the market, guys. Linux operating system is open source means what? Source code is open to all. Anybody can take that source code from the Google and they can make some changes and they can release with the different names. Okay, that is called open source. Linux operating system is a freeware and Linux operating system is open source, guys. Okay, next, guys, Linux operating system have very high security. Right, compare with the Windows, Linux operating system have very high security. Very high security, guys. Okay. Linux operating system is recommended for applications development, servers and databases, etc. Linux operating systems are recommended for application developments, right, servers, databases, etc. For all these things, Linux operating system is recommended. But if you go to Windows, just it is recommended for personal usage. But Linux, it is recommended for applications development, servers and databases, everything. Why? Linux operating system have very high security compared with Windows. That's why it is recommended for applications, servers, databases, for everything. Okay. Right, Linux is multi-user based operating system. Here Windows is what? Single user based operating system. But coming to Linux, Linux is Linux is multi-user based operating system. Multi-user based operating system. Right? What is multi-user based, guys? At a time, multiple people can access same machine, guys. See here, I can connect to the Linux machine and I can perform some operations. Simultaneously, you also can connect with the same Linux machine and you also can perform some different operations. Other person also can connect to the same Linux machine and they can perform some different operations. This is multi-user based operating system. Same Linux version can connect multiple people simultaneously. But Windows, single user based operating system. At a time, only one person can connect. But here, multiple people can connect simultaneously. Okay, next guys. Next here. Right, next guys. Right, so when this Linux came into the picture, guys, when this Linux introduced into the market, when guys, in 1991, and who implemented this Linux? Who provided this Linux? Linux operating system is provided by Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds implemented this Linux operating system in 1991. Right, in 1991. And in 1991, guys, observe carefully. Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds implemented Linux operating system. Guys, observe carefully. This is very, very important here. In 1991, Linus Torvalds implemented Linux operating system. Implemented this Linux operating system, guys. Guys, why Linus Torvalds implemented this Linux operating system? Why Linus Torvalds implemented this Linux operating system, guys? Observe carefully, guys. Before implementing this Linux operating system, Linus Torvalds working right in one project, guys. He worked in one project. Right, in that project, they have used Unix operating system, guys. Right, observe very carefully. Right, why Linux came into the picture, I'm explaining. Right, before going to implement this Linux operating system, this Linus Torvalds worked in one project. In that project, they have used Unix operating system, guys. While working with Unix operating system, right, Linus found some issues, guys. Some issues he found, guys. Right, he found some problems in that Unix operating system, and he know the solutions also for those issues. Whatever the issues he found, right, he know the solutions also. Right, then what he did, guys, he met to that team who implemented that Unix operating system. Okay, he met the team who implemented that Unix operating system and he is ready to provide the solutions also. But Unix team is not ready to take the solutions from the Linux, guys. And whoever implemented the Unix operating system, that team is not ready to take the solutions from the Linux. Okay, he came back. He came back, guys. And he started, why I need to give the suggestions to them? Right, to overcome all those problems, right? So why can't I implement a new operating system? I'm ready to give the solutions, but they are not ready to take the solutions, guys. Right? So instead of giving the solutions to them to overcome the problems which we have in the Unix operating system, why can't I implement a new operating system? Okay, then he started, guys. Then he started implementing Linux operating system in 1991. Is it clear, guys? Okay. So now to implement that Linux operating system also, he need to use one operating system, right? Even to implement that Linux operating system also, he need to use one operating system, guys. And if anybody asks, how the name Linux came? How the name Linux came? What answer you guys will give? Right. Linus Torvalds implemented the Linux operating system. Right, guys, tell me. Before going to develop the operating system only, he will put the name, or after completing the implementation, he will put the name. When he will put the name, guys, before or after? Guys, please respond. I want response. Then only you guys will get more subject. Before or after? Before or after? After only, not before, guys. Right? Before baby born, we won't think about the name. We don't know, right, whether baby girl or baby boy. So before baby born, we won't think about the name. After baby born only we will think about the name and all, guys. Okay, here also after implementing the operating system, he started thinking, array, operating system is ready. Now what name I need to put for this? Okay, now, right, what name, how the name came, guys? Right, observe carefully, guys. Observe carefully. Right, for developing Linux operating system, 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 right? So Linux used Linux operating system, guys. Linux operating system. Guys, observe carefully. If you want to develop the operating system also, you should use some operating system. So, for developing this Linux operating system, Linux used this Linux operating system, guys. Okay. Now, observe carefully, guys. How the name will come in? See, here, from the other name. What is the other name? Linux. Linux is the other name. Right. From the other name, first two characters, and from the operating system. What is the operating system name? Linux. From the operating system, last three characters. If you combine first two characters of the other name, right, last three characters of the operating system name, what you will get? Linux. See, guys, first two character of the other is what? Li. Last three characters of the operating system is what? Nux. If you combine both, what you will get? Linux. How the name Linux came means first two characters of the other name, last three characters of the operating system name. If you concat both, you will get Linux. So like this, Linux name came, guys. Let me add that point also here. First two characters of other name and last three characters of operating system name, guys. First two characters of other name, last three characters of operating system name, guys. And if you combine both, Linux name came, guys. Okay, next important point, guys. Right, Linus Torvalds released the Linux operating system with the source code into the market. Linus Torvalds, right, released this Linux operating system with the source code into the market, guys. Linus, right, released operating system. Linus released Linux operating system with the source code into the market, guys. Means what, guys? And he didn't sell, guys. Directly, he released that Linux operating system in the internet. The entire source code he put into the internet, guys. And after that, right, so many other companies came and they took the code from the internet and they have done some changes, small changes, and they have released with their company names, guys. And they have released with their different names. The actual Linux operating system is implemented by Linus Torvalds, and he put that source code in the internet, guys. After that, other companies came and they took the code from the internet and they have done some small changes and they released with the different names, guys. Okay, guys. Now tell me, right? In the Windows, we have several versions are available. Windows 7 is there, 8 is there, 10 is there, 11 is there, right? XP like that, several versions are available in the Windows. Now tell me, what is the latest version of the Linux? Can anyone tell me what is the latest version of the Linux? We don't have versions like Windows, guys. Right? In Linux, we don't have the versions like Windows. Then what we have here? Here we have Linux distributions, not versions, guys. Here we have Linux distributions. Linux distributions are available, guys. Okay, what distributions are available? See, guys, these are the distributions. Red Hat Linux, and CentOS, CentOS Linux, and Ubuntu, at Amazon Linux, right, and OpenSUSE Linux, and Debian Linux, and Kali Linux, etc. Like this, we have different distributions in the Linux, guys. We don't have versions. Just now I told, guys, once Linux released this Linux operating system into the market, other people, guys, all these people came and took the code from the internet, and they have done some small changes, and they have released with different names like Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, Amazon Linux, OpenSUSE, Debian. So many distributions are available like this. Okay, right? There is no versions. We have the distributions in the Linux, guys. What distributions are there? All these distributions we have, guys. Okay. Tomorrow I want to create the infrastructure in the AWS cloud, guys. Tomorrow I want to create the infrastructure for Jenkins, guys. Infrastructure I want to create, guys. And for this, and what infrastructure I want to create? I want to create infrastructure for Jenkins server. And I want to create the infrastructure for SonarQube. I want to create the infrastructure for Nexus. I want to create the infrastructure for Ansible. I want to create the infrastructure for Terraform. I want to create the infrastructure for Docker. I want to create the infrastructure for Kubernetes, right, etc. Right, etc. Here you will create all these infrastructures. Right, all these infrastructures we are going to create by using Linux only. All these infrastructures we are going to create by using Linux operating system only. Is it clear? Guys, respond. For all these things, whatever we are learning from today, everything we are going to do in Linux missions only, not in Windows mission. Is this clear, guys? Please respond, guys, please. Right, guys. Now, tell me where we will create this Linux missions, where we will do the Linux setup. Guys, right, remember one point. We are not going to do the Linux setup in our Windows mission. We are not going to do the Linux setup in our Windows mission. If you want, you can do that, guys. If you want, you can set up the Linux operating system in our Windows mission only. And here, we need to use our Windows operating system as a host mission and host operating system. On top of that, we can install the Linux as a guest operating system. Right? But here, we need one software that is called hypervisor software. By using that hypervisor software on top of this Windows operating system, you can install the Linux operating system as a guest operating system. But we are not going to do that. You do like that, what will happen? In single mission, two operating systems are running. Then, right, performance, it will affect on the performance, guys. Even booting time also, it will take more booting time. When you start the mission, some booting process will happen, right? That the booting time also, it will take more. That's why we are not going to do Linux setup in our Windows mission. Then where we will do? In AWS cloud. In AWS cloud, we are going to create Linux virtual missions. And from our Windows mission, we will connect to the Linux virtual mission, which we have created in the AWS cloud, and we will perform all the operations. We will learn everything in the Linux mission, which we have created in the AWS cloud. We are not going to set up Linux in our Windows mission. We are going to create the Linux virtual mission in the AWS cloud. Okay, and we will connect to that Linux virtual mission from our Windows mission, and we will perform the activities. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear what we are going to do? See, guys, observe carefully. See, guys, here we are going to take, here we have the AWS cloud. This is our AWS cloud. Assume this is our AWS cloud, guys. Right? In the AWS cloud, if you want to AWS cloud we have. Okay. Right. Now observe carefully. This is what our AWS cloud. In the AWS cloud, if you want to create any virtual machine, whether it is Windows virtual machine or Linux virtual machine or Mac virtual machine, if you want to create any virtual machine in the AWS cloud, then we need to use EC2 service. We have one service that is called as EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. By using that EC2 service, we are going to create one Linux virtual machine in the AWS cloud. In the AWS cloud, we are going to create one virtual machine by using EC2 service. Here I am giving the name also EC2, right? EC2 Linux VM. EC2 Linux virtual machine I am giving as the name, guys. Okay. This is the Linux virtual machine which we have created by using EC2 service in AWS cloud. Okay. See guys, inside the AWS cloud, we have created one Linux virtual machine by using EC2 service. Okay. Now, from our Windows machine, I want to connect with the Linux virtual machine which we have created in the AWS cloud. For that, what we need to do? Right, in our Windows machine, we need to install some client softwares. This is my right, laptop. This is my personal laptop, guys. Okay, so in this laptop, what I need to do? Here I need to install some client softwares, guys. See here, this is my laptop. Okay. Okay, so this is my personal laptop, guys. Observe carefully. Now let me take multiple. Guys, observe carefully. 1 minute. Okay, guys. So now here in our laptop, what we need to do? We need to install the client softwares. Which client software we need to install? We have several client softwares are available to connect with the Linux virtual machine which we have created in the AWS cloud. Okay, now here what we are going to use? Here we are going to use Git bash. Git bash we are going to use as the client software, guys. First you need to install the Git software in your machine. When you install the Git software, you will get the Git bash as one application, guys. Git bash one application you will get. By using that Git bash, we can connect to the Linux virtual machine which is available in the AWS cloud, guys. Okay, next we have other client software also, right? That is Putty. By using Putty also, we can connect to the Linux virtual machine which we have created in the AWS cloud. Okay, next we have some other softwares, other client softwares also we have, guys. What other client softwares we have? MobXtream. Right, MobXtream is there. By using this also, we can connect to the Linux virtual machine, guys. By using this also, we can connect to the Linux virtual machine. See, like this, we have several client softwares are available. Git is there, Putty is there, MobXtream is there. Like that, several client softwares are available. You need to install any one of these client softwares in your machine. Through that client software, you can connect to the Linux virtual machine which you have created in the AWS cloud. Is it clear, guys? How you will connect to the Linux virtual machine? By using this client software. Okay, once you connected to the Linux virtual machine, you can perform whatever the operations you want. Is it clear? We are not going to create the Linux virtual machine in our Windows machine, guys. If you do like that, if you want, you can do that. You can do that. For that, we have one software that is called as hypervisor software. By using that hypervisor software, you can install the Linux as a guest operating system on top of the Windows operating system. But what is the problem? Performance issue. Right? When multiple operating systems are running on the same machine, automatically performance issues will come. That's why what we are going to do in the AWS cloud, we have created Linux virtual machine. to connect with this Linux virtual machine, right, we need to install some client softwares in our machine. Through these client softwares, we can connect to the Linux virtual machine which we have created in the AWS cloud. Okay, if you want to do this one, first what you guys need to do, everyone should have the account in the AWS cloud. Everyone should have account in the AWS cloud. Then only you guys can connect to the AWS cloud and you guys can use the services which are available in the AWS cloud. And if you want to access the resources which are available in the AWS cloud, compulsory you should have the account in the AWS. Then only you can do, guys. Okay, right here we are going to create the free tier account, guys. We are going to create free tier account. As a free tier account user, you will get free for 1 year, guys. Up to 1 year, that free tier account is free. Okay, right? Every month you will get 750 hours free, guys. Every month you will get 750 hours for free. Right? If that 750 hours are completed, then they will start charging, guys. Then they will start charging. So if you create any resources, once your work is completed, don't forget to stop those instances, guys. Here I have created one Linux machine. Right? I need to start that Linux machine first. Then only I can able to work with that. Once your work is completed, please stop this Linux machine. If you are not stopping this Linux machine, right, keep on, it is in running condition only. Whenever that 750 hours is completed, automatically they will charge, guys. Okay, if you have one Linux machine, there is no problem. Right, one Linux machine 24 hours running, right, 30 into 24, it won't complete 750 hours, guys. But tomorrow when we are going to discuss right, real-time projects, at that time Jenkins, Sonar, Nexus, Docker, all these servers are running, guys. Assume 10 servers are running. 10 servers are running. Suppose if you forget to stop those 10 servers, right, in a day, how many hours we have? 24 hours. How many servers are running? 10 servers. 24 into 10, how much? 240 hours. 1 day only will finish. 240 hours gone. Right? 3 days, 750 hours gone. From 4th day onwards, they will start charging. Okay. That's why once your practice is completed, don't forget to stop the instances. Okay. Per month, you are getting only 750 hours. Per month, you are getting only 750 hours. That's why once your work is finished, you need to stop the instances. Okay. Is that clear, guys? As a free tier account user, you will get 750 hours per free. 750 hours free per month, guys. Okay. Fine. See, guys, if you want to create Linux account, what you guys need to do? First, you need to go to the if you want to create the AWS account, what you need to do? First, you need to go to AWS, right, this official website we have, awsamazon.com. Go to here, right? See, guys, here, sign in into the console. Click on this. Sign in into the console. Click on this. You will get this page. If you have already account, you will log in here, guys. You will provide the username and click on next. It will ask you to enter the password. Provide that password and you can connect. If you don't have the account, see here, create a new AWS account. It is asking. Create a new AWS account. Click on this. Click on this, guys. Okay. Here it is asking root user email address. Root user email address, it is asking us, you need to provide that root user email address. Okay, and here it is asking to enter the account name, guys. You can give any name as the account name. Okay, after that, verify your email address. Okay, right here, whatever the email address you have provided, right? So you will get one verification mail to that email address. You need to accept that, guys. You need to go to there and you need to accept. Once it is done, it will ask you the details, guys, your billing details, your address, all those things it will ask. You need to provide all those things. One more important point here, if you want to create the account in the AWS cloud, compulsory you should provide your card details, debit card or credit card. Card details you need to provide, that is mandatory. You can't able to avoid that, guys. You can't able to skip that one. compulsory you should provide the card details. Then only you can able to create the account. Guys, don't worry guys, you guys can provide the details. Just they will deduct 2 rupees for the verification purpose. Once account is created, you will get the 2 rupees back into your account. Okay, you may think, after 1 month, right, if bill will generate, they will deduct from my card automatically. No, there is no automatic deduction option. They won't deduct from your account. Whether bill is 20,000, 50,000, 1 lakh also, they won't deduct from your account. They will keep on send emails, guys. They will keep on send emails to pay the bill. If you are not paying the bill, simply they will suspend your account, guys. No problem. If they suspend our account, we can create another account with another email ID, guys. Okay, don't pay any bills, guys. Don't pay any bills, not required. We can, if they suspend the account, we can create new account, guys. But here, even if you provide the card details, they won't deduct anything from your card. Happily, you can provide the card details. Then only you can create the account in the AWS cloud. If you are not providing the card details, then you can't able to create. Without creating account, how we can practice the AWS resources? We can't write. So that's why account compulsory required. To create that account, you should provide the card details. Then only you can create the account, guys. Okay. Then we can log in into that AWS management console, and we will create the EC2 instances, and we will start working on the commands, guys, Linux commands. Is it clear, guys? See, guys, I have created so many accounts, guys. I have created my email IDs, my wife email IDs, my other people email IDs. I have created so many accounts. Okay, guys, we can request them, guys. We can request them to waive off the bill, guys. Sometimes we can request them to waive off the bill. Okay. And when we can waive off, that we will discuss, guys. Is it clear, guys? Before coming to tomorrow's session, everyone will create the account. Before coming to tomorrow's session, everyone will create the account in the AWS cloud. Respond, please. Guys, as I told, you guys are not required to write any running notes. Here I have prepared the notes, guys, for today's session. How I have prepared the notes here, right? For every day, same like this, I will prepare the notes. Once class is completed, I will share this notes, guys. You guys are not required to write any notes. Just to focus on the subject, what I am telling. Okay. Please cooperate, guys. If you guys are cooperate, if you guys are responded properly, then I can deliver more subject. I also will get more interest and I can deliver more subject. You guys are not responding, guys. Seriously, listening is not enough. Seriously, only listening is not enough. You guys should respond when I ask the questions. Then only I will feel you guys are concentrating and you guys are listening properly. When I ask the questions, you guys should respond, guys. Then I also will get more interest and I can able to deliver more subject. If you guys are not responding right, I will lose my interest, guys. So please cooperate, guys. Then take more subject from me. Okay, as a real-time working person, right? I can provide more real-time scenarios, guys. Okay. See, guys, class notes are available. Class recordings are available after this session. Right, maybe right by today midnight or tomorrow early morning, you guys will get the recording also. Right, so up to 1 year those recordings are free, guys. You can go through that recordings multiple times. Right, for practicing also, you guys can use those recordings as reference, guys. Right, why? Because everything I will do in classroom. In classroom itself, everything I will do. Right, here everything is recording here. Everything I will do in the class itself. So once class is completed, while practicing, you guys can use that recording session as reference, guys. If you guys done any mistakes, right, you can go through that recording and you can correct those mistakes. And here we have the Telegram group. Right, at the time of practicing, if you guys face any issues, right, please take the screenshot and put it in the Telegram group. I will respond for that. Okay, what mistake you have done, right, I will go through that issue and I will give the response for that, guys. Is it clear? Daily class will start at 7:30. It will end at 8:45. Is it clear? Anyone have any questions in today's session? Guys, respond please. No, I told to respond, guys, but still people are not responding. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Right, tomorrow, right, we will connect, guys. Tomorrow, I will create the Linux virtual machine in front of you guys, and I will install all 3 client softwares, guys. Right, whatever I told, right, GitHub and right, Putty and Mobile Stream, everything I will install in front of you guys, and I will show how to connect with the Linux virtual machine through this client software. Everything I will show, and we will start Linux commands from tomorrow onwards. Okay. Fine. Before coming to tomorrow's session, what is homework for you guys? Everyone should create the account in the AWS cloud. For that, you guys need to use the credit card or debit card, guys. Okay. 1 minute. Let me check, guys. Can I able to provide the I think you guys can speak now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you say that Windows operating system, the personal use and the single user, right? So, but Windows servers, we can use it for multiple user can access, right?
Windows
Server.
Windows server in the sense, suppose here, what I'm saying, right? Suppose if you have that Windows operating system in any machine, right? So at a time, right, we can only one person can access that.
Oh, so because of okay.
So tell me, suppose Windows is installed, right? How multiple people can access that? See
So
here.
I'm asking that a Windows server and a Windows. I'm asking.
What is the difference
laptop.
between both? Operating system is same, right, in both the machines?
Yes, both the machines same operating system.
Same. Yeah, that's it. Guys, some people are asking to unmute, guys. And I can give the access, no problem for me. But the problem is the people are attending from home, right? So this is especially for at home. This is the time to prepare the food and all those things. So definitely we will get some sounds from the kitchens, guys. And other people are getting disturbed. Right? People are right, small babies are crying at home, and some sounds from the kitchens. Right? Other people are getting disturbed. That's why right, at the time of class is going on, right? So we are not giving the access to unmute, guys. After completing the session, I will unmute, right? So you guys can ask your questions, guys. Okay. Otherwise, I will give the access. But don't forget to unmute once your questions are clear. You can ask your questions. After that, immediately, please unmute. Please put it on mute, guys. Okay. I will give the access. Right. So you can ask the questions in the middle also. But once your question is cleared, please yourself need to put it on mute, guys. Then I will give the access. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So from tomorrow, I will allow you guys also can ask, right? You guys also can speak in the middle. But once it is done, please put it on mute yourself. Right? I can't able to put it on mute every time, guys. Okay? Please support. Fine, guys. Tomorrow we will see, guys. I will create the Windows machine also. Windows virtual machine I will create in the AWS cloud, and how to connect with that Windows machine by using remote desktop. I will show that, and I will create the Linux machines and how to connect with those Linux machines by using Git, Putty, Mobile Stream, all those things we will discuss in tomorrow's session, guys. Okay? Fine, guys. I will share the notes in the Telegram group. Already we have created the Telegram group, right? And I will put these notes in the Telegram group. Right? By tomorrow morning or today midnight, you guys will get the recording also in the Google Drive, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. Good night.